Do you guys like terrible, schlocky horror movies? Do you guys like cryptozoology? Do you guys like flannel shirts? Do you guys like 5.5 hours of special features? Well, do I have the Blu-ray for you? Ladies and gentlemen, I present Night of the Demon. There is nothing more than I love than watching some terrible horror movies with some friends. They usually end up being so bad that they're hilarious, and it's a fun way to spend a Friday night, you know what I mean? So if you're looking for that kind of movie, just something dumb and fun, then Night of the Demon and this Blu-ray overall is just perfect for that. With a name like Night of the Demon, obviously this movie is about Bigfoot. I first heard about Night of the Demon through Cinemasker's Monster Madness video, and I always wanted to check it out but never got around to it. So with this Blu-ray coming out, we figured it is finally time to check out this movie, and we were not disappointed. It was really funny. This Blu-ray comes from Severin Films, and let me tell you, they did not disappoint when it comes to the presentation. The slipcover is really cool, because on one side, you get the killer Bigfoot in all of his glory, and he looks beautiful. And on the other side, you get a really cool title card, you got a little quote on the top, you got Severin Films' logo right there. I really like it. You could present it on either side, I suppose. Speaking of which, the cover itself and the case is all black. The cover itself is reversible. I love this artwork too. It's really cool. And yeah, you got plenty of options for how you want to show this movie. And no matter how you show it, it'll look awesome on your shelf. When it comes to the specs, they're pretty good. A 35mm print of this movie was found in pretty good condition, so they scanned it at 4K and then downscaled it to 1080p so it could fit on this Blu-ray. We also got a 2.0 mono audio track, and best of all, this Blu-ray is region-free. For the visuals in general, this is a really good restoration for a really low-budget movie. The recording equipment that they were using at the time was probably pretty mediocre because they didn't have enough money. And, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but this is as good as they could possibly make it look. With that being said, the visuals for this movie are actually not bad considering how good the scan of the movie was. The scan captured as much detail as possible from that 35mm print. I was actually kind of surprised with how good some of these scenes looked. It was really weird compared to seeing the other scenes. The dynamic range is kind of mixed, so you're either going to get detail in light areas or dark areas, no in between really. There's a lot of grain, but I personally don't mind having a lot of grain. I'd rather have that as opposed to a lot of noise reduction. So, you know, overall, the visuals for this movie are much better than I was expecting them to be, considering how bad the movie was, if that makes any sense. Now, the real star of this Blu-ray is the special features. Like I said, we get over 5.5 hours of special features. We get interviews with the director, the producer, and the cinematographer, all of which have really cool stuff to say about the movie. Plus, for those of you who don't know, this movie actually has a little bit of historic importance. It was one of the original 72 movies that was banned in the UK for violence and sex and all that kind of stuff. So there's a really cool video on the special features all about that topic and how that kind of led to its cult following. Plus, there's another video on there about the rise of independent filmmaking and how Bigfoot is kind of weirdly tied into that. There's a video all about cryptozoology, which is fun. You even get the producer's student film, like a film that the producer made when he was in college. It is really bad, but it is there on the Blu-ray if you want to watch it. You know, I gotta admit, I was not expecting such a stupid movie to get such an awesome Blu-ray release, but I really appreciate that. I really appreciate everything that everybody over at Severin Films did to make this Blu-ray happen. It's just awesome. It really goes to show that if a movie gets a cult fan base, that it can really accomplish anything in this day and age. That's all I got to say, so until next time, guys, I'll see you later.